We're finally done paperworking. The hell were we doing? Right, we just got through the Forest of Doom and Death. The Forest of Trolling. Well, we just saw a train right there, Macron. I know you can't see it, but it was there. Tell you what, as soon as I finish this dungeon and then do like several other things, we'll get back to being on a train, okay? Macron. Just for you. Oh, whoops. Wow, I'm stupid. There. Fixed. Chill Pangolin. That's what I was doing. Okay. I'm found. I'm found. Damn it, Baron. I just finished all the paperwork. Why? Why would you do this to me? Why? Why? Okay. Thank you very, very much for the sub, Amos Baron. I do appreciate your support. And if you know what up to 3 things you'd like to put that towards, so I can write them down later, please let me know. It's okay. I tend to do that during my lunch break. That's actually most of my lunch break is writing down paperwork from donations. That's not true. I also spend time doing the dishes. Ah. So let's see. Kirby block. Hitman 3. RTS block. Alright. I need... Okay. Well, that's terrifying, but we're going to ignore that completely. It's not even there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hey, they actually dropped a heart. Oh my god. I thought it was illegal for grass to drop hearts in these games. Oh god, GTA Online 2 is going to be so bad. Just so bad. Are you Gage? Gage of the Locomos? Well, yes, I'm Gage. Seems quite a bit more informal than Anjan, doesn't he? What was that? Now, if you have something to say, I'd like to hear it. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant no offense. Actually, Anjan sent us to speak with you. Oh yes, of course. You're the youngsters with that wonderful flute. And you're here to restore the spirit tracks to the Forest Temple, yes? I mean, yes, of course. We need to recharge the Tower of Spirits with the energy of the forest. Yes, that rail map of yours can't do it alone. You need more spirit tracks. There's a way. Would you like to hear it? Restore the tracks that you need to know a song. You need to know something that's probably going to be a negative to gameplay. We can play the song and restore the thing. Let's do it. I should be the one playing the spirit flute, but I can't do it in this state. Yeah, it's hard to talk without lungs. Wait. So, I got a comment. A couple of times, actually, on one of the VODs that said it's unfair to criticize the controls when I'm not playing on original hardware. That was an interesting comment to me, because actually, the specific reason that we have been giving that many negatives to the controls for Phantom Hourglass is because we're reviewing the original hardware. In other words, this actually plays substantially smoother and better on the emulator than it ever did on the actual physical DS. I should know. That's how I played it both times. So, then there's this. Now, if you've seen my rumination on this game from like 8 years ago, you'll know that I had issues with this both times I've played this game before. Because this goddamn mic is awful. You have to... So, to be clear, I want you to understand this. So, what I can do is I could just be like... I can just do that. That's easy, right? That's a joke. This is going to be so much easier on an emulator. But on the actual physical hardware, this sucked. In fact, I actually reached a point where I had to put the game down in order to progress. And I'm saying that wrong. I had to put a game down because I couldn't progress, and I had to come back to it later. So you have to blow into the mic, which is right there, center of the hardware, okay? And while doing that, you have to have your stylus on the control. So you have to be like this and looking down to see which specific instrument you're hitting it while you're blowing into it, because the DS mic is garbage. And this is required, by the way. This is MSQ, main story quest. You cannot progress the game without completing these stupid songs, and it'll just fail over and over and over. And if you happen to have any issues with your mic of any kind whatsoever, then it sucks to be you. That's also the fact that you have to keep the rhythm. Thank you for reminding me, Rex. It was actually like, I want to say the second or third one, which was really giving me issues because I just could not get the mic to acknowledge that I was hitting the notes when I was at the beats. So, we have the mic control issues to begin with. We have the extreme discomfort of physically doing this on the original hardware, which is what we're reviewing. We have the fact that this is mandatory to progress, and then we have the imprecision. That is 4 negatives, which I am now going to give for the original hardware. And this, I got a button, and I can just hit a button. And this really is the waggle all over again, if you think about it. And it's sorry, let me explain that a little bit, real quick. For those of you who don't know what the waggle is, on the Wii, there's a thing where you can flick the controller, and that's called a waggle. When you do that, a binary signal is sent in order to send an input for certain types of interactions within the game. It's used as another button. But let me explain what I mean by that. So, not everyone understands the difference between analog and binary when it comes to inputs. You see how I can, like, gradually open this up? There's a gradient in between fully open and fully closed. This is a terrible analogy, but it's one of the easiest ones I could get that you can visually see right now. This is analog. See? The gradient in between means there's more than one, excuse me, there's more than 2 states. There's... That's analog. Binary is closed or open, nothing else. In other words, waggle is binary. It only has one of 2 states. It is happening or it is not, and that sends a button press. We have a lot of proof of this, so I'm not going to go into that right now. But that's the problem with the mic. The mic is, once again, binary. The way it takes input in is it either is taking input in or it is not, and it is thus used as a freaking button. Now, there's a couple of asterisks to that on certain specific DS things, but for stuff like this could have been replaced by a button, and I'm going to prove that right now. Button. That's all it is. It's a frickin' button. Oh yeah, I'm not even going to get into playing your DS anywhere other than the privacy and comfort of your own home. And yeah, sorry, I should probably add one thing, because I just know there's going to be a technically in comments. To be very, very clear, obviously the microphone can operate as a microphone. That's not the point I'm trying to make. As it's used in these games, it is a binary input. All the mic cares about is there noise, yes or no? That's it. The microphone can operate as an actual mic, which is an analog input. I primarily point this out to point out how much this completely ruins this freaking game. I should probably mention that we might end up giving this a negative for each one of these individual incidents, because, once again, these are multiple barriers to progression in a game that mandates you do that. And, once again, well, this game only really exists on the DS and the Wii U, and you can't get the Wii U copy. So, in other words, it only really exists on the Wii U, or the DS, excuse me. So, once again, I want you to imagine, I really, really want you to imagine doing this in order to actually be physically capable of moving the game forwards. These are each barriers to progression. This is so terrible. This is so terrible. I'm bonkered by it. We'll have to discuss that, Frieza, because I do not agree. This is the worst part of the game. And it gets in the way so much and so hard. It prevents a wide margin of playstyles, individuals, and locations from being able to push through this freaking game. And again, mandatory. There is no bypassing this. If you cannot get this to work, if your mic is broken for whatever reason. I've seen this, actually. I actually know a friend of mine who never beat this game because his mic didn't work correctly. Or, here's another one. How about you playing on your 3DS, which was really common? For those of you not aware, and I don't remember the specifics behind this, so forgive me, but while the 3DS does have a microphone, I don't even know where it is off the top of my head, it's terrible, and it just doesn't work quite the same. And so the inputs aren't taken quite the same, and so I know several people, including me, by the way, who have reported you but just can't do these sections. At all. It's just physically incapable of playing the game if you happen to be playing on a 3DS. This is really bad. This is like trend-setting bad. I don't think I've ever known a game that has this much of a barrier to physically playing the game. I am gobsmacked that they decided to push for this. The tracks have been restored. You're natural at that, Lure. And you sounded really good, too. Let's head over to the Forest Temple. Actually, you know what? I even have a bit of a precedence for this now that I'm thinking about it. Because part of the problem here is that what we're running into is effectively multiple game breakers. Sorry, let me explain what I mean by that. A game-breaking bug is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bug that prevents you from playing the game. Sometimes there's ways around game breakers, but generally speaking, anytime we run into a game breaker bug, regardless of any other negatives we've already given, that individual instance of the bug gets a negative. Because game breakers are exactly what they sound like. They're moments that break the game. You can no longer progress the game. KOTOR 1 is a good example of a game that has more than one game breaker bug, which we had to do some interesting things to get around. And we've seen a couple of examples of these over the years. Now, I know this isn't a bug, it's a feature, but functionally it is the same thing. Multiple barriers to being physically incapable of progressing through the game. Again, we'll discuss it as we go. Obviously, we're not there yet. And what I might do is I might actually pull down from the 4 initially, and then we'll just give negatives as we go. We'll figure it out. But either way, let me be very clear about this. This is terrible. I love this game. But this is terrible. Did you hear anything from that stone there? Yes, I played Twilight Princess, thanks. Yeah, I get it, game. Where's this stupid... That's another interesting tidbit. Something I've been accused of multiple times over the years by idiots is that I shouldn't give negatives for bugs that I encounter that other people's don't, because, I mean, that's not indicative of a normal playthrough. You just encountered a bunch of bugs in your playthrough. Therefore, those bugs that you encountered on screen, which are clearly visibly evident, and there's no way that I'm making them up or obfuscating them, because they're right there, don't count when it comes to reviewing a game. Which continues to be a very stupid concept. The reason I'm bringing that up, though, is because this playthrough, I will have none of those issues. I'm emulating. I've got a button which does the mic. This is going to be the smoothest playthrough of Spirit Tracks I have ever encountered. That doesn't mean it magically doesn't get negatives for that, though. So, the same general rules apply. So, Song of Awakening. Guys like me are scattered all over the place. If you play that song, we'll give you valuable information. You got the Song of Awakening. Now, yeah, you fell through the floor, but I didn't. Yeah, uh-huh. Anyways. So I'm not trying to come down on you harshly, Frieza. I've actually put some thought into this, as is probably obvious, because I knew this walking in. I was debating how many negatives this is going to be weeks ago. We'll see. And yes, there are certain game companies out there which are going after ROM sites. So if there's any safe ROM sites you're familiar with, this would be a good time to grab some stuff. Actually, yes, Blade Jabal. Obviously, there's a bit of anecdotalness in there, but yeah. If I had to play this game on the DS and emulation was not possible, we would not be playing this game. 100%. Like, I'm sorry, there is no option here. So, I'm going to do something weird here, Rex. I apologize for this. I'm trying to keep knowledge of that site off existence. The less attention it gets at this point, the better. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to tell someone in private, that's different. Okay, Rex. It's just... it's getting to be a problem. It's becoming more and more of a problem. A lot of companies have started using AI recognition services in order to try and scrape huge swaths of the internet to try and take down sites for emulation. So it's gotten kind of bad. And it's at the point now where we need to start kind of keep quiet about sites that actually still are maintaining these kind of archives. I mean, the one thing everyone keeps talking about, and I myself am admittedly afraid of this, is if companies ever decide to go after the Internet Archives, we have a problem. sorry, don't want to sound alarmist. This is just reality. We need to take some basic security measures at this point. Thanks for summoning me. As a reward to you for awakening me, I'll lend you my power one time. If you're close to running out of life, play this song and I'll rescue you. One more thing, you can't summon me anywhere. Only a place with strong energy like a temple or the Tower of Spirits. Nice, we get a once-off heal. Cool. Oh my god, a dungeon song. Sorry. Oh, that... I accept this. See you around, J. Palmer. Why is it not throwing? Maybe I just do it up here? There we go. I don't know why that was hitting the collision down there, but not up there. Whatever. Could be a kitten fan. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not actually as familiar with this game as I'd like to be. So this is going to go in the familiar category, not the veteran. Oh, I'm with you, Blue Fusion Bolt. It's silly, at best. Like, Gabe Newell is wrong about several things in his life, but his talk about piracy is one of the most accurate things I've ever heard an executive say ever. Oh, 100% act. I absolutely think that noise... So, we actually talked about this when we were going through the Metroid block recently. Oh my god, it's another mic item. Ugh, I forgot this is even a thing. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're... Okay. Yeah, this every single time. Really, really picture this. Every single time. Okay, aim. 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 Oh my god, this game. I am so glad I have a button. Ironically, this might be a game I replay more because I have emulation. Thank God for emulation! Anyways, during the Metroid run, we were talking about AM2R and how it got shut down. The reason I mention that is I have had the theory for a long time that the reason projects like that get shut down is specifically because the amount of attention they get. If you remember, not too early before AM2R actually came out, there was a really big, I won't name names, but there was a really big news article on a fairly large news site, which then spread word everywhere about AM2R. And like a week later, I think it was actually like 3 weeks later, the DMCA notice, the first DMCA notice came through, tell me that's a coincidence. Yeah, agreed, Act. Yes, Nintendo comes from a culture that was outdated 30 years ago. Not like they're alone in that, though. Please, I hate to keep bashing this, but please remember that every single one of these is a breath. Every single one of these. Yeah, I was about to say that, Darker. It's really sad. Nintendo being so outdated is so frustrating. But it's also the only reason Nintendo is one of the only good remaining large-scale game publishers out there. In fact, probably the only good one at this point. Like, that's just sort of pathetic when you think about it. See, this is one of the reasons I can actually, and I was corrected on this, can firmly say I'm very anti-traditionalist. Traditionalism, by definition, is doing things the way you used to because you used to. Yes, we're using this in combat now, by the way. Again, please think about that. I don't agree with that mentality to begin with. At all. By contrast, if there's a way that we did things that worked, and indeed still works, sure, I'm down with that. But that's different, isn't it? That's not doing something because tradition, that's doing something because it works. Because it was challenged, and it withstood the challenge of time. This probably isn't very shocking to anybody who knows me, because I don't review games from the mindset of 90 years ago. 90 years ago, Jesus Christ, Lord. 30 years ago, in the 90s, I review games from the perspective of now. Because I firmly believe that a game, or a movie, or a show, or a book that came out 30 or 40 or 50 or 70 years ago can and still will be good now. That quality retains. I mean, hell, when did Super Metroid come out again? That's a little bit different, Darker. That's just being fair. But that's my overall point. If we use wheels because wheels work, it's because I'm getting ahead of my own sentence. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. I woke up like 5 times last night. I don't know what the hell was on with me. If we use wheels, it's because they work now. It's because they have withstood the test of time, and we can say, yes, a rounded shape is a great way to progress something forward. Cool. If someone's like, wait, we should try cubes instead, and we'll try those, and it won't work, and it's like, okay, no, we're not using wheels because we used to use wheels. There's no tradition for using wheels. We use wheels because they are still a valid approach. Now. Now, excuse me, I need to fight a moth with my breath. Wait, is that a Godzilla reference? Right, I forgot I have to breathe multiple times on this fight. Or that game. Why aren't you moving? Nope. Okay, this is getting a little weird. I might die here because I'm trying to figure out what the game actually expects from me. Let's pause for a second. Pull up the walkthrough. Let's not waste any more health here. Yeah, I figured it was wind tennis, but it unequips the wind thing the moment he knocks it back to me. Which is extremely weird, by the way. And I have yet to be able to get the attack to go back in. So here we go. Mini-boss. Aha! So there is actually no wind tennis. Okay. At all. Good to know. What? What? You were already in the attack animation. You cheating sack of crap. You can't cancel your animation. I can't cancel my animation. I'll think about it, Darkrai. If I remember to. I might not. We'll definitely use the fishing pole, though. Yes, I know what a big key is. Thank you. Yep. Thanks. Thanks, Zelda. Appreciate you, Navi. Yeah, I wonder what Yura thinks of this music. Because Yura was into the less music-y, more ambient-y kind of thing from Wind Waker, and this kind of leans that way. But it's way better than Phantom was. IMO. Correct, Act. Put that a little close, but I'll accept it. God, they were all in on the microphone. It's kind of funny to me. This is so true for so many games of Nintendo's lexicon. How many good Nintendo games can we name that were utterly ruined by their adherence to gimmicks? No preference, Act. I prefer good games. How many of you have actually played Star Fox Zero? The reason I'm bringing that one up specifically is some of you may not believe this, but Star Fox Zero is actually a really good game. Other than its controls. That is the price of existence, isn't it, Blade Duval? And see, I probably wouldn't complain as much as I do, and I absolutely do, if not for the fact that they have this refusal to then patch up the games that didn't work. Now, they don't always refuse to patch them up. Sometimes they do. Skyward Sword, as we mentioned very, very recently. And we'll be playing soon. Move. Move! God damn it, Link! Okay. Skyward Sword did get patched up. Mario Galaxy 1 got patched up. That's another one. And I feel like there's another one I can't think of the name of. Let's go ahead and, I have to build the collection thing. Why does that not surprise me, Kitten Fat? you. I mean, no judgment, legitimately. I want to stress that I speak without hyperbole when I say that I have refused to play Skyward Sword a second time because the first time caused me so much physical pain. Like, that was an extraordinarily unpleasant game for me to play. I played all the way through it, beat it even. But it's why I've refused to comment on the quality of Skyward Sword for so many years, because I don't know how good it is. I can't know how good it is, because every memory I have of that game is tainted by the sharp, gashing pain of my freaking elbow and my shoulder. And the aggravation of that first Girahim fight, because of other unrelated reasons we'll get to when we get there. Above these, between these, in the middle, and then up the center. But I mean, again, that's Nintendo. Nintendo just tries stuff. They succeed, and they fail. That's the price, right? That is the cost of Nintendo being Nintendo. It's aggravating, but I do think it is better than the alternative, for whatever that's worth. I'm curious how the bird's going to control on the Switch. I haven't played Skyward on the Switch yet. So that'll be interesting. Oh, let's not even talk about the Imprisoned. There's no control gimmick with the Imprisoned. That was just a terrible boss design, top to bottom. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Oh, right, boss. Gross. Stagnox. Time to die. Wow! Okay, I was joking. Yeah, the Power Glove. Everyone always says, how do you point to a mistake Nintendo made without pointing to, you know, the Virtual Boy? The Power Glove. Also, the next game we're playing on the list, which we'll talk about when we get there. I have a small speech ready for that one. Yeah, no, I really do have a speech prepared for Four Swords Adventures. And looking forward to how that game's going to review. Hopefully it'll review well. I hope it'll review well. I guess I hope that for most games, that's whatever. I hope this game will review well. Who knows? It'll be funny if this game's like, great game! And then it's just a bunch of control negatives. And that's, like, the negatives. I mean, they're even doing something smart on this particular boss fight. You notice that when he begins his descent, there's a really long delay before he gets down there, so you have tons of time in order to be able to blow the bombs into him. And the moment he's vulned, he is vulned in a way that immediately shows you his weak spots, so you don't have to waste his vuln period running around to get him. Good boss design. Seriously, Darkrai. Yeah, that Force Gem thing, it just keeps showing up. I almost wish they'd leaned into the Force Gems instead of, you know, the Hylia thing. I don't know, I think it's just personal preference. I've never liked the Hylia thing, which is dominant in 3 of the games, Skyward, Breath, and Tears. Well, I assume Tears. Good job, Lou. Forest Rail map started glowing. Good job, Judo Joker. The map has been revealed. See, that's what I would do, Darkrai. I would have a second-party developer who pretty much their entire job is to port stuff forward. If they want to remaster, cool. If they don't, cool. But that's their job. I mean, what's really frustrating to me is there's actually 3 big reasons why I'm so in favor of that. Because I've known some people who have attacked me for having that opinion. Because they think all I care about is nostalgia or older games. And those people are morons. No, let's talk about the real reasons for that. First and foremost, archiving. Video games are a part of our culture and our history. Anyone who says otherwise is an idiot. And there are many games, good games, interesting games, games that people now, games that people who are young or new or otherwise unfamiliar with these kind of things could enjoy, and it could add to their livelihood. And those games, I don't know why I said livelihood, to their lives, to the enjoyment of their lives. And those games are console locked. And if you don't know what that means, it means sucks to be you if you can't get a hold of the original copy. Jay Palmer asked earlier, I think he left now, why you can't get this game on anything other than the DS. And you can only buy a used copy on the DS for that matter. It's because the only other method was on the online digital store for the Wii U, which has been shut down. So, as of this exact second time, there is one way to play this game, and this is it. That's console locked right there. That's what that means. That sucks. And there's a lot of games like that. Paper Mario 2, which just got a remaster, was console locked until about a week ago. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is a lot of these games, even if they're technically possible to be procurable, are not feasible or reasonable. I could go and buy a copy of that GameCube Fire Emblem game I can't think of the name of right now, if I felt like plonking down $200 or $300 to do so. But that's not feasible, even if it is possible. Which leads me into the reasonable side of the argument. If I want to have 20 different consoles all hooked up all at the same time in order to be able to actually play something at a given point in time, I honestly think that's not really reasonable. I think that getting this kind of stuff ported forward onto the modern console so you can have one thing with modern convenience features and modern availability to work on modern systems, like the TV I've got right here, then that's a nice feature. If I want to play any of my NES library, then I have to jump through some hoops to get that NES hooked up to those games, hooked up to this monitor. I have to buy third-party hardware just to make that possible. So then we run into the reasonable. And yeah, I know, I realize I'm just going through possible, feasible, reasonable, but it's true. That's my second major argument for that. The first is, I guess I've actually already given all three arguments. The first and most obvious is availability, like the allowing people to be able to experience and enjoy games. The second is archiving. And the third is possible, feasible, reasonable. So, yeah, I am extraordinarily in favor of the idea of there being dedicated teams whose job it is to preserve history, even if it's in video game format. I know, right, Ginkgo? I suppose, if I can also be personal for a second, it also pisses me off personally when someone just squats on something and does nothing with it. You know what I mean by that. How many companies just sit on something, whether it's a game or a right or an IP or a character or whatever, and they've taken their ball up to their playhouse and they refuse to let anyone else play with it. The recent set of takedowns on ROM sites is a perfect example of that. Because the overwhelming majority of those ROMs being taken down are games that are not sold anymore, have not been sold in years, if not decades. But they own them. No one else is allowed to touch those games. Screw 'em. So, who's ready for Spirit Tower 2? Oh, absolutely. Rex, 100%. So Ginkgo asked a question I'm going to ask of the chat. Of the recurring themes in Zelda games, no, you cannot blade at all. Not without taking damage. We don't have the gun yet, so... which one do you look forward to the most in a new Zelda game? You know, forest, ice, water, fire. There's usually a desert of some kind. Horror. Yeah, there's usually a horror dungeon. Forest is a good pick, but honestly, I think I'm leaning towards desert. We don't always see a... Oh yeah, there's also mountain. We don't always see a desert dungeon. But I mean... one of the only dungeons I actually remember from Skyward Sword, positively, is the desert ones. There's two of them, and they're both pretty legit by memory. And of course, you know, the Spirit Temple in Ocarina. Oh yeah, so this is a thing now. Trains can be possessed by evil spirits. Don't think about that too much. No, 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 don't think about it. So these suck. Like, no, really, these suck. And I'm going to try to explain how much these suck. First, we're going to save. Oh yeah, there's also Arbiter Grounds, Twilight Princess, another good desert dungeon. So I'm going to deliberately get hit here in a minute. They do show you where they're going. They get worse later, though. I want you to understand. I want you to process why these suck so badly. I should probably mention that I have no guns or no ability to do anything with them, so if you touch them, it's instant death. Yeah, instant death for those. Now, of course, you can continue, but look where we continue from. I have multiple memories of the 3rd and the 4th zones where I'd start off like here, and I'm just trying to get to my destination, and I had so many issues getting there. Because later on, these guys get mean. They like to do this on you. And in some cases, there's just nothing you can do about that. Unless you planned for it in advance, which admittedly is on me, but still. Can you reverse? Yes, but only barely. And again, if they're behind you, you're dead. So we just want to go this way, I believe. I like this game. It doesn't make it perfect. I know I bang on that drum a lot, but it really is weird to me how many people think you can only like a game or not like a game. And there's no possibility of acknowledging flaws in a good work, or, you know, things that something does well in a bad work. I like this game, but this is ridiculous. Agreed, Ginkgo. It's funny because this is an extraordinarily easy fix, really. Just make them do damage. Everything else does 1 heart of damage. We got 4 health. Make one of them do 1 damage. Boom, we're good. But no, they are instant death. And as we have already physically demonstrated, instant death in this case means, well, whatever. Going all the way back to the train, the station you left out from. Which usually involves losing several minutes of progress. And yeah, there are a few long trips in this game. Just hang on. Even StarCraft 2, I had a lot of problems with StarCraft 2. You kidding me? No. Okay, so I want to go... Hang on. Well, I'll tell you exactly why, and I mean this, I'll tell you exactly why it is that some people prefer to think of things as all good or all bad. It's easier. It takes less time and less thought and less energy to just say, this is good, rather than, well, I like this, this, and this, but I don't like this, but only in this circumstance, and I like this thing, but only in this circumstance, and this is cool if you know what you're doing. That takes time, that takes effort, that takes thought. Wait, no, actually, hang on, change my mind. Hi, Yura. Oh god, what was I going to ask you? I had a question for you earlier, and it's gone! You killed it, Yura! And yes, stopping for checkpoints is a strategy I've used several times in this game. I'm like, it's not like it's that long of a thing. Oh yeah, I was going to ask you about the music, but it's too late now. It's too late. Best game with best ratio. Well, obviously I can only say that for games we've covered right now, but if you give me a minute. So let's see. Let's start with story. Let's see. So we've got A Hat in Time, and it looks like Mario Wonder and Super Metroid are like the kings of story ratio while still being very good games. In terms of gameplay, turn left, yeah, we're turning left. Okay. We've got Portal 2, Mario Wonder, StarCraft 2, 94% ratio on StarCraft 2, gameplay-wise. Diablo 3, which is also a 90% ratio. GTA 5 is down at 82%. Yeah, no, I stand by what I said earlier. I think this would be a lot less aggravating. If it was a health. If you lost a health instead of you die instantly. Who was thinking? I get it. You hit a train with another train, but did anyone think about that? It's like, okay. Anyways. You know, actually, I think you're right, Bladeable. I think WoW will get the largest gross quantity of negatives, like, ever. I'm tired. Okay. Sorry, Kitten Fan. It's my fault. I kept taking notes and showing off stuff. The Tower of Spirits has plenty of energy, too. What temple should we head for next? Deep in the mountains, closed off by snowstorms. But first, we must go into the tower and go further up! Up into the tower instead of down into the... So, let's do it. I do hope the installation goes well, Kitten Fan. Yeah, I wanted Yura to tell me what they think about the musical styles, because they mentioned they liked Wind Waker's ambient, absentee musical styles. And I wondered if this did a similarly good job. I just wondered if they liked it, that's all. That's all I wanted to know. Did you notice that, by the way? Did you? Yes, that's right. We went back to the same dungeon, but we don't have to do floors 1 through 3 again. Again, I find it funny that it was feedback from both devs and players that was like, hey, can we not do that anymore? No offense, Rex. Don't kill me, Rex. Don't kill me, Rex! Rex, no, God, please. Not the bag of oranges. Anything but the bag of oranges. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I take it back. Whoops. I might rebind that. Actually, since we're going to be using it so much. Since we're going to be using the mic this often. There we go. I feel like something hit me in the back, but I don't see anything there. Could you turn around properly, please? Exactly, Ginkgo. Don't listen to trolls. That's it's the age-old advice. It continues to be true. It's like the people who complain about too linear localizations. Or rather, too well localized, not linear enough localizations. Hell, anybody who knows my system knows that we give a fairly regular positive for good save systems in a game. And pretty much the best save systems in a game tend to be being able to quick save, quick load, anywhere, anywhen. And there's no hardware limitations there to speak of, because we've figured that one out in Doom. Doom 1. Someone remind me, when did Doom 1 come out? '93. Thank you. Now, obviously, there are some asterisks. There are some individual games, like site-specific games, where limiting saves is part of the mechanics, or it's part of the gameplay, or you don't want to be able to save everywhere, or whatever. You know, there's options here. Hence the statement in general. He's attacking the wall! Or yeah, a lot of rogue games where being able to specifically save kind of diminishes the point of the game. Or yeah, like if you're doing an optional hard mode where you can't save, or you can only save via certain specific interactions, like the typewriter. Zelda, could you? Thank you. Zelda just said, "Move it! You're in the way." Jeez, lady. I thought you liked me. Sniffle, sniffle. Zelda's been pretty legit so far. Speaking of which, looks like I have not given that a positive yet. Zelda, what are you doing? Oh, she's talking to him. Listen, if there's one thing the Dark Souls crowd has taught me, it's that adding options to a game is literally Hitler. Carry me to safety, Zelda. Carry me to safety. Yeah, ditto, Ginkgo. Sorry, I shouldn't even give credits to trolls. I apologize. Point being, options be good, yo. As it should be. Well, that's something I've been talking about a lot, too, Kitten Fan. Like, I don't really mind these control systems being in, because obviously people like them. I have demonstrable opinion, or opinion, wrong word, demonstrable evidence, excuse me, that there are people who actually like these control methods. That sounds alien to me, admittedly. But that doesn't mean it's not true, right? Did you not? Thank you. In other words, I just kind of want both of us to be happy. I know, shocking. I mean, no, these controls are terrible, and I could objectively prove that they're terrible, but that doesn't mean people can't enjoy them. I know someone who likes Kingsfield 4, while acknowledging that Kingsfield 4 is a terrible game. Yes, I see. That's just my life now. No, I'm playing the lesser-known cousin. Isn't it always the case, too, that the lesser-known games tend to be the really, really good ones? You ever notice that? What's the best classic Mega Man game? That's right. It's 5. The one that nobody actually knows or remembers, because it's the lesser-known cousin of Mega Man 2. Obviously, that doesn't always apply, because the best Mega Man X game is Mega Man X1. But the point remaining, there's a lot of cases and a lot of examples where, in a given franchise, this is true with anything, not just games, that the popular one isn't actually the best one, it's just the popular one. Yeah, going by the numbers, what's the best Assassin's Creed game? 2! No, it isn't. But if you look at popular consensus, 2 tends to be towards the top of that list. Can I just kill you? Oh, I can, but you run. Run as much as you can, little bug. I will kill you, yes, yes. Wow, this game had a marketing campaign? I stumbled into this one. It was just in the store. Not even joking about that. Damn it, I was too slow. Yeah, FF7, is FF7 the best FF game? Well, that's a matter of opinion, of course, but again, that's kind of the point, isn't it? By the numbers, FF7 is the best FF game. And yeah, Ocarina, no offense, Ross, is probably not the best Zelda game. TNG being the best track, that's debatable. But TNG is definitely the most popular track, which goes back to our overall point. Oh yeah, and then Fire Emblem. That's another one. What's the best Fire Emblem game? Going by the numbers, it's Three Houses. Oh yeah, then there's Pokemon. We don't talk about that. Damn it, I was just a little too slow there. All right, let's set up the route here. I love how impossible it is to draw a straight line. Oh my god. Call of Duty for me? Well, I've only reviewed 2 Call of Duties so far, but Modern Warfare 2 will be the big one. However, that's a heavily debated one, as you might imagine. God damn it, Zelda. Where were you when I needed you? There. Don't mistake me, by the way. I like a lot of the games we're mentioning here. I like Ocarina, and I like Mega Man 2, and I like Three Houses. I like TNG. But best? I will admit, at least part of my original desire to do this review series from like 10 years ago now at this point was I was curious of how the numbers would actually line up. I can only give vague inferences without actually sitting down and doing the math, so to speak. What is that disgusting monster? Phantoms are terrifying, but at least they're not as revolting as that thing. The seminal Zelda? Ocarina. It is without question the most Zelda that there is. That's what seminal means, so. The only possible competitor there is LTTP. And LTTP actually predates a lot of the Zelda concepts. Remember, Link's Awakening is actually the first Zelda that really codified what a Zelda game could be. When we together, there's nothing that can stop us, right, Lure? Yes. God, super Paper Mario. The Wii Boost is real. Hello, Elizar. Structure and approach to dungeon design, linearity, mentality behind item design and boss design. No. Zelda. Zelda. Save me, Zelda. Yeah, that's actually a really good example. What's the best Mario game? World? No. Okay. Let's leave the room here. Oh my god, he's actually chasing me. I didn't think he could. There's me. Actually, we were talking about Final Fantasy earlier. Another valid answer to that is FF10. A lot of people tend to forget that FF10 is actually extraordinarily popular because PS2 and Japan. Yeah, thank you. I figured that out. Metroid's a weird one. Super was just such an extraordinarily unique confluence. God, stick restore. We just picked that up without having to disembark. Hey! Listen, it's not my fault that I'm mounting Princess Zelda right now, okay? Don't quote that. I am actually glad that I reviewed Metro 100%. I mean, I'm glad I reviewed Zelda 1, and that game made me want to tear my hair out. Metaphorically. Well, I sure hope so, Ginkgo, because we did that, like, as our primary suit over in Breath of the Wild, if you remember. Now, we used that suit up until we fully upgraded the Barbarian suit. Do I prefer hard magic or soft magic? Well, I'm going to assume you mean hard magic as in magic that is defined, and soft magic as in something that is not. In that case, there's no choice there. Hard magic, 100%. I prefer my storytellers actually capable of, you know, telling a story. Instead of making something up because it's convenient to them. Zelda 2 was a pretty solid run with one very notable exception. And it really was only the one exception. Ironically, it was the run. And I mean, there's a reason it took me 4 attempts off camera to repeat the success of the run. Although, let's remember, that's because I was doing it with less lives, because Zelda 2 was programmed on even more duct tape than Metroid 1. Snowy region unlocked. Also, shoutouts to a fellow Game Champ fan. I already did that. I haven't had time to play it yet, I'm sorry. I was late starting this morning, and that was admittedly my fault. I wanted to get the dishes done, and I wanted to get the paperwork done. But still. Enjoy the solar power, Kitten Fan. Yeah, Eleazar? I mean, yeah, I'm guessing you were never there for the massive arguments about the fact that we need to define the Force, Eleazar. Any advice for Stellaris? Oh, God. Lord Harriman's probably better at giving advice on that than me. The best advice I could give for Stellaris is don't be afraid to experiment. There's obviously winning strategies, and those are strategies that win. You can screw around and do pretty much whatever you want to with that. And there's a decent chance you can make it work. It's Stellaris. Get off the rails. Oh, okay, we're at half health. That's cool. We should go back to the castle town. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Imagine Age of Wonders, but actually good, Yura, and you've kind of got it. I have no idea if The Witcher counts as a hard magic system. They do a lot of rules magic, but that's different. Warcraft is absolutely hard magic, though. I agree completely, Darkrai. I mean, the vague nature of the Force in A New Hope certainly worked. And it did, for A New Hope. But you'll notice the moment they went past A New Hope, one of the first things they did was define the Force. In Empire Strikes Back, remember that? Hell, they also did that under the hood. Rules magic is easy to define, Eleazar. Every time you blink your right eyelid, you are going to feel pain. However, this will go away the moment you decide to give up something that is most valuable to you to this eternal flame. That's rules magic. There's no actual real... It's programming, is the easiest way to explain it. There's nothing tangible or real affecting it. It's programming the universe. If, then. That's it. That's rules magic. A lot of curses in most fiction operate under rules magic. This will happen, except this, until this. Stuff like that. And yeah, that's why I brought up The Witcher, because The Witcher really leaned into rules magic. Remember the little bird? The bird woman? Good example of that. Or the Tower of Mice. No spoilers. A letter from Mr. Alfonso. He told me he recently suffered a nasty injury, but he's now on the mend. Where was I? Oh, yes, your letter. Sorry, easily distracted. Oh, yes. Here you go, from your extremely real girlfriend. I'm not going to read it to you, though. That would be unseemly. Dear Lord, sorry I wasn't able to help you more. That guy really did number me, so I was feeling pretty rough for a while. Luckily, I'm feeling better. Do you mind coming back to the castle and taking me back to Adobe Village? Thanks. MLP is actually pretty hard magic, funnily enough. And yeah, a fireball attack is actually not rules magic at all. Fireball is just an easily explainable presentation of physics. I know it's some weird way to put that, but if you put a lot of explosive force into a spot and then release it, a fireball is pretty much exactly what's going to result from that, right? If you burn someone and the fire is what causes the damage, then you're good. Now, by contrast, something like level 5 death, that's rules magic. If your level is divisible by 5, you die. There you go, there's rules magic. Whoops, wrong way. Oh yeah, power word protection or power word stun, all the power word stuff. I don't know why I said power word protection. Power word kill, power word stun, protection from evil. I have no idea, Elizar. What I do know is Giga Pudding is trying to make more work for me. How could you, Giga? I mean, you are, Giga. It's okay, though. I forgive you. Oh, that does go there. No, see, I feel your point, Blade Javal, but by definition, that is not rules magic. Rules magic, again, is programming. Let me use an example. I'm going to cast a curse on you, Blade Javal. Congrats. Every time that you play Final Fantasy XI, you are going to take 3 fire damage. However, there's a way to bypass this. All you have to do is legitimately internally, as in not lying, admit that FF11 sucks, and the curse goes away. Boom. That's rules magic. I really don't have a better way to explain it. It is programming, straight up. It is programming reality to allow for certain rule sets to occur. Something like casting a fire spell at someone really isn't that much functionally different from shooting someone with a flamethrower. Not really. There we go. Lord, you got my letter, huh? I finally get around on my own again, but what hurts most is my pride. You failed the princess. She did! Well, normally I'd say you're crazy, but you seem pretty serious. Thing is, there's going to be a lot of monsters. An ordinary train like yours isn't going to stand up to them. I've got an idea. But let's go back to the station. So settings with hard magic that are not Warcraft. I suppose I could say the extant, but that doesn't help you any. Give me a second to think about that. Because the thing is, most settings have soft magic by design, because most writers don't want to think about their world building, and they don't want to actually build a magic system. Instead, they just want to, you know, say, oh yeah, I do a thing, and then it happens. By the way, that's pretty much why I don't like soft magic in a nutshell. But yeah, Equestria, MLP is actually a good example there. Forgotten Realms actually has fairly well-defined hard magic, except when the writer decides it doesn't. And that's the funny thing, is because every now and again, MLP just decides to be like, conk, and this works now. Why? Getting all the way down there. Okay, so this route should be good. Much as I'd like to argue otherwise, Star Trek tends to operate under soft magic as well. How many times has there been something they've invented this particular week to solve the problem of the week that could be used hundreds of other times, but that never comes up again? Hard magic and MLP. The time loop episode is probably the easiest example I could come up with off the top of my head. Yeah, brain scans. That could have been useful several times, but no. It could have been a talking point. A horror point. No. It's just to prove someone's been mind controlled. That's it. MLP also tends to operate under the muscle concept. So there's two big main rules for MLP magic. First, every pony and most creatures in that setting have magic to some extent or another, but how it expressed is dependent on three things: their particular cutie mark and their particular species. Pegasi have certain rules, like they can operate in the air without issues, they're more resistant to cold, they are lighter than other ponies, and they have the ability to stand on clouds and interact with the weather directly. Stuff like that. Earth ponies are extremely durable, extremely strong, and have a natural affinity for growing earth and generally operating in that manner. And of course, unicorns are they have casting. But the thing is, even unicorns are limited. For example, rarity, most unicorns have telekinesis, but most unicorns' telekinesis is very, very weak, unless it specifically has to do with their particular cutie mark, someone like Twilight. Someone like Rarity can lift something with her magic, but only someone like Twilight could actually lift something like, you know, get off the road, get off the road! Could lift something like a tree. And then Starlight is OP, but that's unrelated. No, this is an unrelated conversation, Dakota. Someone was just asking about examples of hard magic versus soft magic in terms of settings. And yeah, Lord of the Rings is extremely soft magic, to the point where it's actually frustrating. I admit, even in the movies, which tend to be a little bit more codified, the near total lack of any kind of definition of magic frustrates the crap out of me. Like, Gandalf and Saruman both just don't really do anything unless they need to for the scene in question. Is that right? It was smooth as silk. No, it wasn't. Can't believe you got such a nice train from the Tower of Spirits, but like I said, I don't think I can handle the dangers you're likely to face. Let me rig something up for you. That would have been really funny, Rex. It'll take some time. Come back in a while. Why don't you go visit old Nico? And we don't... Yeah, Harry Potter is very much whatever we need for the moment. Harry Potter might be one of the biggest examples of underthought I have ever seen in fiction, and I watch Star Trek. But yes, Harry Potter and is just like Star Trek. It's whatever the moment needs without any regard to the future or the past. I know, right, Frieza? Like, I get it. You know, wizards with swords, cool. It's cool. It does Blade to All. It tricks you. Yes, Kendrick Bravo. The goal is to beat the game and review it. It's hard to review a game if I don't play all the way through it. Professional reviewers! Anyway, sorry. Hi there, Lure. How was the ceremony? So you're finally a real engineer. This is a happy day. Say, why are you dressed like a soldier? Strange, you look just like a friend of mine when I was a young man. Yeah, 4 generations ago. Reminds me of something. Since you can travel all the world by train now, would you mind doing a favor for Nico here? Sure, what's up? Back in the day, I used to love traveling. I visited so many exotic places. Every place I'd go, there'd be a station where I could get a special stamp. Never did figure out who built those stations. Anyway, collecting these stamps was a way to record my travels. I loved these little stamps more than anything. I didn't have anything with me to stamp them with. It was a sad state of affairs, which brings me to that favor I was asking. Do you use this stamp book to collect those stamps for me? Here it is. You got the thing. Please collect a whole mess of stamps for me. If you get a lot, I'll give you something special. I don't remember the rewards for that, but sure thing, Nico. Hang on, let's talk to him again for a second. Okay, just double checking. Just double checking. The controls are different than Phantom Hourglass. Definitely worse and better. So first of all, this is pretty much the same. Attacking is a little bit worse because rolling is easier. I'm still trying to unlearn the combat system I used in Phantom Hourglass. Let me explain that briefly. So if you click an enemy and you're at a distance from it, you do this lunging attack, which is really good. It's some of the best damage you can do, and it's very useful. So, cool. In order to do that, naturally what I would do is I would click at the same spot over and over, which, as you're seeing, is having a different effect because they changed how that worked. Now, clicking multiple times does a dodge roll. So I'm having to change, instead try to like click once and just hands off effectively until I've successfully attacked the enemy and then click the enemy and then click the enemy and so forth and so on. So it's a little bit of a shift. I'm getting used to it though. I'm not sure how it'll be long term. I do think that is a little bit easier to pull off than it was in Phantom. The mic can go to hell, but that's neither here nor there. Let me in, Alfonso. Lure. Actually, yes, they do, Jolly Leprechaun. They've already referenced that several times. In fact, the majority of the side quests in this game boil down to carry cargo from point A to point B. I think you're right, Rex. Oh, you got here just in time. Check this out. You got a cannon. Thanks. Do we have to come all the way down here? Ow. Zelda has, depending on the specific game, remember, there's not one Zelda timeline, despite what Nintendo will tell you. So how well-defined the magic rules are vary a little bit. Oh look, instructions for the cannon. Yep, no. Whoop, no. Ah. I was about to wait. Come on, pig cow. Die, monster. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. I shouldn't have pissed off the pig cow. No! So about the Skulltulas from earlier. Oh, shoot. There we go. It's a little close. I don't know. I've played Iron Harvest Giga Pudding. Yeah, there's not a lot of train games out there, really. I mean, there's like train sim games, but train games? Doctor Who is the softest soft magic to ever soft us. I'm not sure it's physically possible to have a setting that's more soft magic than Doctor Who. Yeah, Ocarina and LTTP both actually have surprisingly hard magic rolls to them. By contrast, say, Breath of the Wild, very soft. A lot of things in Breath of the Wild are just defined by, it just works that way, and that's just the end of that. I don't know, Blade to Fall. I think we can make a wake. There is that one game, I've actually been wanting to play it. I forget if it's on the list yet. It's the game about the Finnish regiment that's returning from the Red War in Russia, in northern Russia. Oh, God, someone know what I'm talking about. I took several shots. Holy crap. Last train home. That's it. Yeah, I'm aiming. See? Upper right, upper left, lower left. Probably a Blade to Ball. I guess I'm just boring. The older I get, the less interested I get in popular stuff. Not because I'm contrarian or because I don't like popular stuff. Quite the contrary. Like, to use an example, the entire world will be destroyed and we must save the galaxy. I don't mind stories that are big stakes like that. I'm just tired of them because they're all like that. My biggest problem is the fact that we've got oversaturation on a whole lot of stuff that's popular because they're popular. I don't understand why I have to explain that, Elizar, so I'll do this as simply as I can. So there's this thing called a muscle, right? Now, this muscle is not like inherently strong, weak, or anything. You have to exercise it. You have to learn how to use it. As you get older, you get more capable of doing more precise movements. When you're a baby, you can barely even grip something because you haven't figured out the motor control. It's a muscle. You have to learn it. You have to practice it. Welcome to Rabbitland. Rescue. A haven for rabbits and their furless friends. There are millions of poor rabbits without a home or human companionship. There's also genetics, but we don't talk about that. Here at Rabbitland Rescue, we save these bunnies from harsh wilderness and provide them with much-needed frolicking. You're here to frolic with the bunnies, right? I am pretty hungry. Let me 120% clear. If your heart's not in it, you're going to get burned. Are you sure you want to frolic with the bunnies? Yeah, Giga's in this game. Did you know that? We got the rabbit net. Want to give you a net? Well, if you want to frolic, you gotta wake for it. What kind of person frolics with bunny as someone else caught? We take care of the bunnies you bring in to frolic with. We even frolic with them when you're too busy to stop by. Never mind those little details. Now you know what we're on about. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I already figured this out. In fact, been paying attention, we've seen 2 bunnies on the route up here. Just gonna leave now. Can I repair my train, please? We'll see how we do with this side quest. Yeah, Zelda? Possess one of the bunnies. Oh, I agree with you completely, Blake Duvall. I do. It's just, I think that'd be cool. I don't know, it's entirely possible I'm wrong. I am wrong all the time. Yeah, we're not doing all 50. We might go for 5. In fact, I think we will attempt for 5. Trains are cool. Me too, Ross. So, I'm not going to name any names here, but did you know, this is a true statement, I was getting a little spooked by the recent wave of things, and I tend to be good about predicting things coming, so I immediately went on an archiving binge. Oh, I like this song, too. All these overworld... Do you know they have multiple overworld songs in this game? Take it in. It also, this is the Yoshi drums in action. We go slower. Oh, hang on, we're in combat. If we go full speed. Also, this is just for you, Giga. I love that they added this freaking train whistle, because they knew players would want to do that. And they were right. I have known no one who has played this game, actually, you know, sat down and played this game all the way through, who has not played with the frickin' choo-choo, the horn. You know what I'm saying for sure? Seeing as I have no body, but enough talk. We should ask the villagers about the locomotive. Let's go then. No, I didn't, Eleazar. In Warcraft 1, was the lore soft magic or hard magic? I don't think... It was super duper soft, Eleazar. Nobody was thinking about defining world building in Warcraft 1 or 2. It will super not act. Like, have you seen Disney's upcoming lineup of films? There's nothing good on that list. If there is, it'll be a freak coincidence that we actually get a good Disney film. Spirit tracks are clearing out and monsters popping up everywhere. I tell you, us Anukis are having a tough time of things right about now. See, we're a gentle bunch. We're thinkers, not fighters. Plus, we don't really got the guts for stuff like monster hunting. You gotta help us. We don't have to. One other little bit of world building I actually like. They don't emphasize it much, but I enjoy that. Ugh. When we showed up, when all of the residents from Wind Waker showed up here, what did we find? We find an entire land filled with magical train tracks all over the place and magical trains. And all of a sudden we're like, sweet. And because people just dumped this sudden technological advancement on us, guess what we became reliant on? There's a lot of emphasis throughout the course of the game that a lot of these people legitimately do not know how to connect with other towns other than just straight up walking anymore because they have become so reliant on the trains, which are so reliable. It's kind of similar to the mass relays thing over in Mass Effect. Everyone uses it because it's just such a better system than everything else they have, and no one's innovating a new system because why bother? We already have something that works really well. That actually drives a lot of the side quests in this game, is because they're like, oh, you're one of the only trains actually operating on the tracks and getting the tracks back up and running right now. Could you help with this, please? Stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's ignoring cultural biases. These people have spent the past 80 years or so living with trains and nothing with trains. Yeah, there's going to be a Toy Story 5, even though Toy Story 3 and 4 both ended definitively. You've never been here before. You ought to be the head honcho. Mr. Big Deal lives in the house in the biggest part of the village. Of course he does. He's the rich guy. No, StarCraft is soft magic. StarCraft is super soft magic. Kerrigan's super powerful. How? Level 12 psychic. What does that mean? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Hey, gal, what you doing all the way out here in the snow? You part snowman? What? I know a fellow named Steam. Yeah, by the way, the next locomotive's name is Steam. Extreme. Extreme Mars of Steam. How good am I? I guess you didn't need a rhyme, did you? Well, that's all I got. If you need another type of answer, go talk to the Village Honcho. Now, there are some more defined stuff in the StarCraft setting, don't mistake me. Yeah, Star Wars is super soft with the Force. Like, ridiculously so. Wait, hang on. It was orange, yellow, orange, blue, I think that was? Orange, yellow, orange, blue. I mean, even in the EU, which was a little more codified than the AU, people could just do whatever they want to. Like, in one of the books, Luke actually flies with the Force. And I do specifically mean one of the books, not any of the other books. Because as with so many other things, it just kind of came and went immediately. Hey, you, I know what you want to hear. You want to hear a story, don't you? Way back when us Anukis lived on an island encased in ice, but one day someone told us we couldn't just crash there forever. So we packed up our junk and set out in search of a new land to call home. Lots of stuff happened after that, but we ended up here. Village, sweet village. How's that for drama? Brings a big fat tear to your eye, right? Well, you're not moved? You got a heart of stone, guy. One day you're gonna regret playing the cool guy like that, trust me. The Matrix? Oh, the Matrix is super duper mega ultra soft. You kidding me? In Matrix 1, it's a little bit harder because the whole point of Matrix 1 is being able to bypass the rules of the system. And they actually adhere to that. Ironically, they adhere to that pretty well. Then there's the rest of the Matrix, where they just do whatever, inconsistently. What is that? You want to know if this is the Village of Honcho's house? Is that so? Tell me this. Why should the Village Honcho talk to you? Huh? Oh, quit with all the questions, buddy. You're killing me. There are only 6 of us here. How hard is it to find the Honcho yourself? Jeez, dude. You're looking for the Honcho of this place. You're staring right at him. Well, you're not. No, I am looking for you. Not only am I the Honcho. Honcho's my name. Tell me, guy. Was I not just made for the job? But enough about me. Is there a reason you wanted to talk to me? Well, you want to go to the Snow Sanctuary. The tracks going that way are all gone, guy. Honestly, though, when those tracks disappeared, us and Uki were shocked. I know the tracks were gone, but monsters started popping up too. We're in a real bind now. There's danger around every corner. You gotta help us. Seriously, guy, please. Sorry about that little outburst. Us Anukis can get a little fiery sometimes. Anyhow, I'm just trying to put together a village watch to deal with our problem. I'm thinking pairs of villagers work best. Safety in numbers, you know. Yeah. So I don't really have time to yak it about going to the Snow Sanctuary, but I might be able to chat with you more if you help this old-timer organize some teams. What do you say, pal? I think you're up to the task. Yeah, you got a real capable look to you. Well, do your best, but if you don't get worked up if the going gets a little tough. See, most of the villagers are a little picky about who they'll partner up with, so we got another logic puzzle. Again, pairing them off is going to be a pain, but I think you got it under control. So he's agnostic. Oh, I have no idea, Lizar. You tell me. I'm gonna give him quite a task. Let's talk to people. Never. I hate yawns. I pity you, I really do. See, us Anukis can be pretty particular. Not old Yeko, of course. I'm a real peach. I've just got one tiny preference. I'm not going to name names, so there's one guy in the village I can't stand. He's got wimpy horns and dresses in blue. So, okay. So he... hang on. So him and him is a nope. And yeah, sorry, Act, but if you're wondering why there's going to be more Avatar movies, then you didn't pay attention to how much money those films made. Pairing us up to take out the monsters? Alright. I'm pumped and ready to send those jokers running for the hills. Want my name? I go by Agent Yellow. I mean, since we're forming elite teams, I figured I need a code name. Seriously though, my real name's Yefu. Let's get down to business, yeah? My partner needs to move freely, so flashy horns are a major no-no. Keep it simple. That rule may save you in the field one day. And no, I don't just say that because I got small horns. Okay, so he is good with him. Hey there, pal. My name's Bulu. What? No, not Boohoo. That gag's as old as the village honcho. Oh, you're the guy making pears. You must be really bored. I mean, really nice to help us out with this. Don't push it, buddy. I can't stand Anokis who grow out facial hair. They're so great. What do I think they are? Bah. Okay, so no facial hair. Rarely Blade Terval, but generally no. Hey, Lolimlos. How's your day going? Because I'm in the middle of a yawn fest. Oh. Hey, guy. Name's Kofu. Nice to meet you, pal. You think I'm putting together pairs for the watch? I can't wait. My thoughts? I won't work with anyone who's got big horns like mine. Uh-oh. Mine are the best in the village. Maybe the best in the world. So now you know my only request. Okay. So actually, I just realized he's there too. So he should go with him then. Let's get rid of this. So we got those two, and I guess by definition those two. He doesn't have a mustache, and he doesn't have good. So that should be it. That should be it. We should be good. Moving on. The Veil Guard is what they're changing it to. I heard about the rename, but not what it's being renamed to. The Veil Guard. Yeah, I think Jesse's Mask's worries on that front were validated. So hang on, let's see if Veil Guard will actually be good. Nope! I love how that hasn't been a heads in like a month at this point. Okay, so you connect to him, you connect to him, you connect to him. Boom. Booyah. You know, I think it's gonna work out perfect. I mean, you just backed up what I was already suspecting. I needed to double check. You know, it's just the same. Here's a thank you gift. Why are you still hanging around here? I thought we were all done. Dude. Oh, yeah. I was so jazzed about getting the teams together, I almost forgot. You were trying to make your way out to the snow sanctuary, weren't you? Meeting with Steam, right? Well, it's a pain to get there, but here's the deal. Good news is that the odds are still attacking me. Bad news, the only way there is out of commission. Technically speaking, the tunnel that goes there is still intact. No one's used it since that ginormous monster moved in a few years back. See, Sanukis are thinkers, not monster fighters. So I got a giant thing of pudding in the back of the room. Tunnel of the Snow Sanctuary is scary, but you can handle it. Here's the entrance. You're a good guy. I hate to see you get hurt. Plus, I'd look like a doofus if it got out that I showed you how to get there. I'm not going to say anything, Giga. But I don't want to know what's on your mind right now. God, I hope at least some of those films are actually going to be worth a damn. They're not, but it'd be nice, you know. I mean, the general argument is, and will probably continue to be, oh, hello, that, oh wow, that was fast. One down. That changing it to Veilguard means they might be moving away from Solus as a character entirely. In other words, that it might be like, oh, I'm totally the villain, and then he's like sidelined in the first chapter. Which, if you're paying attention, is something I predicted years ago. Whoops. Yeah, I like how this is the cursed music. It's like, no, this is a bop. What are you talking about? Yeah, so you're just gonna let that crab be up there, game? Oh my god, it's a Majora's Mask boss! So we've been the Wardens, the Champion, Hawk if you prefer, the Inquisition, and now the Veilguard. I did not, Elizar, I'm sorry. I don't mean to come across as negative. I just think there's a 0% chance Dragon Age 4 will actually be good. Yes, 0. I sincerely doubt it's possible. And we're dead. Protest and Zerg powers as hard magic. I feel like I've already answered that because I have. No, of course not, Elizar. I just made fun of Kerrigan. Now, granted, that's a little more Zelnaga than anything else, but still. I mean, don't mistake me. I hope it's good. Of course I do. What kind of idiot hopes that a game is going to be bad? But I mean, it's not going to be good. Warcraft 3 is when they started codifying the setting a lot more. In fact, it's where they came up with the rule about how portal magic works, which they still use to this very day, by the way. Warcraft 3 is when they started becoming hard magic. When the world building started actually showing up, put simply. When is the 11th? Next Tuesday. That's fair, Lolimloss. I give it 0.001%. Nothing, Elizar. 0.001% chance of being good. How's that sound? Okay, I'm being a little facetious. Let me think about that. Let me think of an actual percentage chance. How likely is it that Dragon Age 4 will be good? In this case, I'm guessing if Dragon Age 4 will be over an 80 in terms of golden number, which is actually a really solid score. So I suppose that's fair because technically, technically all of this required to be good is to be greater than 0. So let's say 80. At that point, really low chance. I would say maybe 2% chance to give actual thought into that, rather than just being facetious. Now, odds of Dragon Age 4 being above 0? I'd say about 50%. And again, I'm not being facetious. There is a reason I started doing the coin flip. Is it going to be good today? That's tails again. There's that thing back there. I've never seen a bug that size. People aren't meant to go there. Let's never go back. No going back there, okay? But Zelda... yeah, whatever. I mean, Dragon Age 2 was kind of similar, Bladetool. It scored quite well until we counted the whole game. How much is that? 2,000 rupees! How much is this? 150. Yeah, let's grab that. I actually forget what Dragon Age 2 got without Act 3, but it was a much better score. Now, that is a good question. I don't know, but no, don't roll. Don't roll. I don't know, EA's actually had a surprisingly good track record for a while now, so we'll see. Yes, I do say that now, because they've had a good track record for several years now. That's the point. I'm not saying we should forgive EA for all the horrible stuff they've done. Just acknowledge that most of the terrible stuff, it was honestly quite a while ago. Hell, when did Dragon Age Inquisition come out? Just for another example of that. Go to the far end of the room without being seen. Okay. Okay. Excuse me, are you the guardian of this realm? Anjan told us you'd be here. Nice to meet the both of you. My name's Steam. I am indeed the guardian of the Snow Realm. Not hard to pick this little guy out of crowd, is it? Ooh, I've heard all about you two. Want to restore the spirit tracks, right? Such exuberance, such vigor. Now that, my boy, is a reply. You showed great bravery in coming here, and it sets my heart soaring. You possess a power vital to restoring the lost spirit tracks. Have you heard of the Song of the Locomos? As you know, the songs are made up of two instruments that play different parts. I'll teach you your part now, so play closely. Yeah, soft magic is almost always lazy writing, Elizar. It's, by design, something you don't define. And thus, now that you have not defined something, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to draw it, you don't have to write it, you don't have to sit down and make a chart of how it operates. You just say, oh yeah, I cast Wiggly Doog, and behold, stuff happens. Remember, this is MSQ. We literally cannot play the game without doing this correctly. Ah! I should mention, The third time I tried to play this game, I got to this exact point, put the game down, and didn't play it again until yesterday. Because of this crap. Now, granted, I was playing it in the substantially more frustrating and harder to do original hardware. But still. I'm just pointing out, I actually wanted to replay this game once and failed. Yeah, there's worse ones coming up, by the way. So anyways, there's blizzards up ahead. Oh no. Well done. Now it's into the snow temple. It wouldn't bother me as much if it was, like, fake, right? Let me explain what I mean by fake. So let's say there's a thing, and it's like, hit these numbers. Do, 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 do. And it's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. But that's all a lie, because all the game actually wants you to do from a coding perspective is like that. All it cares about is you hit the notes in the right order, nothing else. And then it just passes you through the section because you hit the notes in the right order. That would remove so many of my problems with this. A lot of games do that kind of lying thing to you, where they're like, hey, you totally have to do this in this exact right kind of a way, and you don't. HD. Jolly Leprechaun. We are playing the HD versions of Wind Waker as well as Twilight Princess. Yeah. Oh, God, Javis. Don't give them any ideas. I never played Rock Hero or... Well, actually, that's not true. I did play Rock Band. Excuse me. I sucked at it, but it was fun to play with friends, so what more do you want? Rock Hero. It's actually just, you're just a rock. That's it. Still, we have now officially gotten the farthest I've gotten in this game in the last 8 years or however long it's been at this point. Whatever that's worth. I think you're right, Rex. Okay, so now we go through the maze. So we'll just go the straight route. That's the easiest thing to do. I do like how in all the S zones you can see the Spirit Tower in the distance over there, too. Well, yeah, like, to use Ocarina as an example, if you've played Ocarina, you know, you could mash out the songs just like that, right? That's all that's required, is hitting the notes in the order. That's it. I know several players who will actually sit there and try to actually play them in time and in tune, to be like, do-do-do-do. You don't have to, though. All the programming is checking for is, did you hit them in the right order? It's actually really funny watching TASes of Ocarina, because they just... Oh, we're not going faster. My bad. Full speed ahead. Oh. Die, snowman. I don't want to build you. That's true, Rex. So, this game itself is actually making my point for me. It's sort of sad, but here we are. Watch me, Ross. It's time to kill Olaf. How do we make it worse? Well, Rex just gave it away. All we have to do is make it so that it's required. Oh, damn it. For everything. So imagine every time you play any of the songs at any point in time, you have to play it perfectly in time and in rhythm. Yes, the blizzard pushed us back. Cool. Well, let's go back to town. Oh god, it's gonna be so bad, Rex. You make Cadence of Hyrule. Oh god! Oh my god, that would be so terrible. Die, Olaf. Die. Die. Get off my screen. Piece of crap. Imagine for a moment. So for those of you who haven't played Cadence of Hyrule, you have to keep the rhythm. That's the nature of the game. But you have to do it on a DS like this. And consider the tempo, you'd probably hyperventilate inside of 2 minutes. Just... Let's blow up this town as we're on approach. Die, town. We come seeking your jewelry. Your treasure. I mean, he did you-know-what in Frozen 2, Ross. Thinking about building a fence to keep monsters out. Thing is, we don't have enough lumber. Talk about frustrating. Is there a chance he'll come by with lumber? Yeah, we'll do those later, okay? Or probably not at all. When I was in 4th grade, there was a mandatory band class. And of course, when I say band class, I mean they handed all of the kids recorders, did not teach us how to play them, as in literally, like, didn't teach us mouth technique or how to hold it, or never mind actually doing the notes. Then they handed us a songbook and said, play this. And I'm probably thinking, that's the one F you got in school, right? No, I got an A, because they didn't care if I actually did it properly or not. But I want you, just for a second, this is not a joke. This is Northern California. And Northern California education system was terrible. It's one of the reasons we moved away from there. At least it was back in the 90s. But yeah, the reason I bring this up is I want you to imagine what an entire room of about 20 kids playing recorders badly sounds like. Anyways, I have never forgotten that sensei. I was so humiliated and so embarrassed because I thought the problem was with me. I mean, it makes sense. If an adult comes to me and says, here, do this, obviously what they're asking me to do is something easy to do, right? So if I can't succeed at it, I'm stupid. It wasn't until I got in that classroom and found out that nobody knew how to play the thing, and then listened to the nightmare death screech, which was actually a relief to me, that I realized, oh, thank God, I'm not an idiot. You're a terrible teacher. A lot of my childhood was realizing just how incompetent people who shouldn't be are. Anyways, Headfit isn't my favorite green guy. Did you see the monster in the tunnel? What was that? Oh, you want to pass through the blizzardy area. Well, the thing is, the storms will just blow you clear back to where you started. What was that? How'd you get past him? Boy, God, you just don't stop with the questions, do you? Well, you're a pal, so of course I'll tell you. Truth is, I don't really know what to tell you. We've had those fierce snowstorms ever since the spirit tracks disappeared. It's made it pretty much no one can even get near the place. There is one guy off in the eastern fields. He's nuts about trains. Thinks he goes by the name of Ferris or something like that. Why don't you ask him? How's that for a great idea? I'm not the honcho for nothing, you know. It's your name. I'm sorry, I have to share this because no one will get it otherwise. There's an old saying I'm fond of repeating. Pay the army. Pay it on time. Pay it well. That's a rule that goes back over 2,000 years. Well over 2,000 years. The reason I mention that is because I just realized that same rule applies to the flute sections in this game. So as you can see in my notes there, I wrote the MSQ as a negative. Play the flute. Play it on time. Play it well. So, now we go over here. I always wanted to have a pocket Zelda. Die, Olaf. Die, monster! I mean, he is kind of literally an abomination, if you think about it. Yeah, I'd say about half act. Like, half is a weird way to explain it. Every now and again, I would get some good use out of it. But it was mostly for specific customers, right? And whatever weirdo server setup they had going on. See, you gotta do the thing, Ginkgo. You gotta be like... it might come up, Act. And it's not really that particularly hard to learn. So, yeah, go for it. Hiding load times. Seriously, though, if you think about it, Olaf is a monster. He's comic relief, but he's still a monster. He's also probably the biggest example of underthought in that entire story. I'm just going to accidentally create life as I'm walking through an area in the middle of my song. Whoops. That's true, Blitterville. Hi, Colburn. Spring is absolutely beautiful. It's pretty pretty. Look, there's a note on top of the desk. Need to get good shots of these hot new trains. I'll try these spots today. Okay. Listen, we all know the biggest loafing thing of all loaf is Loaf himself. Okay. Well, we'll jot these down. Yeah, I was gonna say, Rex, he's gonna die instantly if he runs into the dark trains, but whatever. I guess if you really like trains, you don't care if they're evil or not, right? God dang these wolves. Let's get out of here. See, at least the wolves in Twilight Princess I can deal with. These things? Nah. Get me out of here. Surprised anyone lives all the way out here. It's awfully remote. Yeah, how do they get food? Or, like... anything, really. How do you get trains? I mean, that's valid, Rex. You know, that's interesting. So many Japanese games have this near fetishization, oh my gosh, of food. But I don't think Zelda games really dig into that. Like, the closest we've had is Breath of the Wild with the cooking thing. And whatever's in Tears. I mean, I like good food porn, legitimately. That was one of the best features of FF15. And FF14, for that matter. Hell, remember Pokemon Sword and Shield where it had all the curries you can make? And I believe Pokemon Violet has like a sandwich making thing? I don't know. Agreed, Ginkgo. Oh my gosh, you stopped! How's it rolling? When I saw you driving the Spirit Train, I freaked! I was like, holy cow, it's the Spirit Train! See, that guy became an engineer. Lure, was it? I shouldn't do an insulting voice for this guy, I'm sorry. It just leapt to mind. Let's do a different kind of voice. A manly voice. I am Ferris. I am Optimus Ferris. When it comes to trains, I am kind of an expert. You know, everyone else is too spooked to take their trains anywhere right now. But here you are, driving away. Very interesting. You've got to tell me where you're heading. Really? You're heading to the Snow Temple. Chugga chugga wow! That place is impossible to get to. What with the blizzard and all. But I hear the tracks linking this Tower of Spirits to the temple are safe! As in they're protected from the storms. How cool is that? Say, maybe if you took those tracks, you might be able to reach the temple. Oh, I just remembered. I have an old map of the tracks around that area. Some parts are out of date, but the spirit tracks you're looking for are there. Hang on, let's get rid of all this crap. Get off my screen. Thank you. Okay, so we want to go up, and then up, and up, and then over, and then in. How'd it go? Were you able to decipher your path? If you ever want to look at my map again, just stop by. For now, I'll be here trying to catch some killer pics of locomotives in action! And yeah, Arceus was like trying to poison us the whole time. It was really frustrating. Stop trying to kill me, game. Mind routes, Dakota? Yeah, no sweat. I gotcha. I believe we do at some point, Dame Celeste, but I forget what we have to do to get it. Oh, mine's under the tracks. I feel like there's something like that, but don't quote me. I do know that the enemy trains gain the ability to turn around at a certain point. That sucks exactly as much as it sounds like. Damn it. God. Yeah, then there's the ones that are faster than you. Hold off a sec. Try to kill me, will you? Oh. I feel like if it was just a little bit faster, like if the speed up mode was legitimately noticeably faster, and if the trains weren't instant death, this would be universally better than the sailing in Phantom Hourglass. As is, it's kind of a side grade. And we know that the game can handle the train going that fast because we see it. Remember when we go through the Lost Woods? Every successful path you go correctly speeds you up. Well faster than what we're going right now. So that is possible within the hardware. And yeah, the trains are such an easy fix. They do damage. There you go. Boom. Fixed. Damn it, Olaf. Stop trying to ambush me in the blizzard. Jackass. Sorry, I was just reminded of another awkward zombie comic about this game, but I think I'll hold on to that until later because it's kind of a spoiler. As we can. We need so much money. Hey Ross, that reminds me. I hate Pascal. Pascal? Pascalil? No, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I hate them, whoever they are. They're literally Hitler. Approach here. Well, I do tend to not like mascot characters. I'll be 100% honest about that. Remember the cricket in Mulan? No, you don't. Don't lie to me. But if you did, that's what a mascot character can look like. This is the Snow Temple. You ready for this? Yeah, can we change the song to anything other than this, please? Anything. Thank you. I was legitimately scared for just a second that, like, one dungeon was going to have the song. Now, Mushu was Eddie Murphy. That's the category. He was just Eddie Murphy. He was just being Eddie Murphy. Same thing as in Shrek. Who's the donkey? The donkey's just Eddie Murphy. I mean, yeah, actually. It's the antechamber kind of a song, right? Flounder, I mean, he's probably delicious, but I'm not into fish, remember? So, I'm afraid we're going to have to turn Flounder into chum. Anyways. Listen, all I'm saying is... Is there any character I actually like in Little Mermaid? I'm sure there's one. Well, it depends. What kind of fish is flounder? Because I'm actually pretty picky when it comes to fish sushi. Sebastian probably would taste pretty good. Just ask Renee Bergeron. Now, real quick, how many of you didn't realize that was Odo voicing the chef in Little Mermaid? I want that experience to have blown somebody's mind right now. Look at that bell over there. I wonder if there's some sort of trick to it. So you don't have to lie to me. I'm just legitimately curious if anybody didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, the aggressively French chef. He has a whole song. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Yes, Patrick Stewart was supposed to be a lot of characters in Disney films. And in the end, he was none of them. Which I will never not find amusing. That's right, we need to get Patrick Stewart in one of the live-action videos, or movies. Abominations. Look, no offense if you like the live-action Disney films, but you're literally Hitler. You are all that is wrong with the world. I am being facetious. I've actually heard that several of them are decent. But I've also heard that the relative quality varies quite a bit from movie to movie. That some of them are pretty good, some of them are meh, and some of them are actively terrible. Okay. His reaction would be, are you making money? And are you killing Jews in them? Sorry. I shouldn't joke. I haven't actually looked into Walt Disney. I don't know if he was actually a Nazi sympathizer or anything like that, so... We don't talk about Ford. Let's just say that when Assassin's Creed 1 decided to make Henry Ford one of the most evil characters of the Templar Order, that just fits so well, I didn't even question it for a second. It wasn't until a friend of mine pointed it out, I was like, oh yeah, I guess that would seem kind of weird if, you weren't already familiar with it. He was such a petty level of evil, too, which is appropriate for Henry Ford. Yeah, Assassin's Creed is alternate history, so they tend to dip into real characters several times. Look, there's only like 15 games to go through, Act. About like 3 of which are worth a damn. Really leaning on this gimmick, aren't you? I will freely admit I tend to like alternate history, but then again, I like Command & Conquer Red Alert. So what the hell do I know? Game! Why? Why, game? No, I agree, though. That was good tutorialization. It's a shame we keep leaning on this goddamn mechanic. But they're doing a good job with it. I mean, playing this with a button, which is what I'm currently doing, is not bad at all. Almost like I'm playing a video game. Sort of a gimmick box. They're really leaning on this item. A lot. I don't think I remembered how much they leaned on this thing. Okay, we're about to get another item, then we can start using an item that isn't the gust jar. Or whatever this thing is called. Hit the guy. Yeah, imagine doing all this while going into the mic over and over and over and over again. Boomerang! Oh, thank God. I mean, that makes sense. What I was doing was technically white noise there. I mean, the boomerang was really, really good last game. It continues to be really, really good. It's probably going to be a plus, again, for the exact same reason it was a plus last time. We established that precedence all the way back in Assassin's Creed Origins. Good morning, Evo. Welcome to hell! Alright, Evo. I want you to do me a favor, okay? I want you to imagine you're playing a video game. Now, hang on, I know. Just bear with me for a second. You're playing a video game, right? Here it is. Now, imagine if you've got your stylus, you've got your game, and you have to have it up here, like right at where your mouth is, so you can blow right into it. While you're controlling the bottom half of the screen, which you're looking at with the stylus, you're looking down to something about 2 inches below your eyes, while moving this, while blowing into it regularly. And every single time you play a note or you shoot this one item, this one weapon in the game, you have to blow into the mic again. In all honesty, I'm sitting here thinking about this. I might have to give a negative for the gust thing. For Kit. For this thing. Because this is terrible. Like every time I do that right there, that's me exhaling. And remember, this is mandatory for interacting with certain puzzles and enemies. Not a bad idea. We could give a plus for the kit itself, and then a negative for the fact that it's a hyperventilation simulator. Did no one think about that? Did no one think about that? Like, alright, hang on. Okay. I need a minute. And then just put the game... Maybe that's it. That's it. They're trying to get people to play less video games. Yes, I do know what you're talking about, Dakota. My last car had that problem. Drove me bonkers. Because I'm used to cars that are, you know, maintenance friendly. where you can just open up and be like, all right, chunk, 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 and I can just fix the sucker myself, instead of having to get a goddamn crane to pull the engine out after detaching the engine in order to access the thing I need to access. Okay, real talk. Make fun of me if you want. The blowing I've been doing over the last couple of minutes has got me a little bit lightheaded. Just a little. Just give me a moment. I guess I'm just demonstrating my point here. Either that or I'm an old man. I think part of the problem is my nose is very clogged today, so I'm having to breathe through my mouth. So I'm already low on air. Allergies, again. I love allergies. They're so great. I want to like you, game. I really do. Why don't you like me back? What did I do? What did I do to piss you off? What evil did I accomplish to deserve such wrath? Yeah, I was about to say, imagine someone who basically can't blow into the mic like that. Also, oh my god, Evo. I wanted to jot something down. I'm trying to remember what it was. Okay. So I need to do... okay, so I need to move this guy. That's what I was doing. So we can do up, left, down, right, down, left. Yep, okay, so up. What was breakfast? I ate breakfast, right? Right, I had leftover pizza. It was pretty bad. You know, that's an interesting idea. I see, I don't know. I'm not a huge pizza fan, sorry. No offense to anybody who likes pizza. But you are truly mad. Really? Oh, I can't do cold pizza. I've heard that for years and years. I can't do cold pizza. Oh, it's two. It's two. Notice how we're still being innovative with the boomerang. I love the boomerang in this game so much. Yeah, I literally can't do cold pizza. That cheese needs to be melted for me to really enjoy it. Okay, that's clever. So you do, I like this. So you do the boomerang, and obviously it's the wrong order, but the boomerang and the fire tutorializes that you can use that to get rid of the snow. And now you think, oh, I can get rid of the snow, so what else is under there? And of course it also tells you the order, so that's cool. Honestly, yeah. I mean, the boomerang is way up there. I would say the only thing that might surpass the boomerang in terms of overall quality in this series is the hook shot, which is kind of just the development of the boomerang. We need to get you some bacon crust, Evo. Hold on. Well, imagine that you've got your bread, And then you got your bacon. And that's kind of all you need to know there. I mean, the double hook shot is legit-o. So, blue-orange. Or orange-blue. Or, sorry, orange, yeah. God damn it. This is Ocarina all over again. I can't remember things. I have no memory. There is no brain. Okay, so blue-orange. See, it doesn't care if I do it on the right time here. That was a nice nap. You look like you want to know where to find a treasure chest. For 20 rupees, I can help you. Go to hell. And now we see the opposite of the thing with the fire. We can make ice, too. I mean, a quick Google... I feel like I just answered this, Evo. It really is just crust that's covered in bacon. Well, I do need all those rupees, Zara. Yeah, this is already a really cool dungeon. I'm liking this one. Well, I didn't have to go hyperventilating in order to play it. But that's kind of an unrelated issue, so... Yes, that's right. They were Octorocks the entire time. Well, only the first time around, Evo. They don't reheat very well. There's also pretzel crust, which is another favorite of mine. But then again, I like pretzel bread in general, so... Whip. Pay attention, Laura. I'll take the pretzel and the mustard. You keep the beer. How's that sound? What happened, Ross? Look, as long as that sausage doesn't have fennel in it, we're good. Don't get the stamp over here. Oh, jeez. No, fennel. It's a thing that's in several types of sausage that I am pretty much physically incapable of eating. No, I agree, Rex. Capturing rabbits and getting stamps are both nice little side questy things. I mean, gold skulltulas are fine, too. I don't want to sound like they aren't. Or do I? Yeah, I first tried beer when I was pretty young. Oh, don't mistake me. It wasn't like some kind of rebel thing. My dad actually offered it to me. I hated it. I can do cumin, yeah. Okay, so I need to get this over there. So I want... up, right, down? Left, up, right. Yep, okay. Yeah, there's no such thing as an alcohol I enjoy, Zara. Well, I love carbonated drinks, although nowadays I just straight up drink carbonated water. And you're probably thinking, flavored, right? I actually stopped doing flavors. Not really on purpose, it just kind of started happening, and it was like, you know, this actually works out pretty well for me. Go figure. Ugh, no, God, no, ISE. Although I have recently discovered there's another type of thing I can't tolerate. So there's the black licorice thing, there's the fennel thing, and I think those are related. But the other thing is aspartame, or whatever the proper term is for that. Fake sugar, put simply. Fake sugar has this really unique, terrible taste to me. I don't even know how to describe it. It tastes like death. Like, I cannot do fake sugar. Oh yeah, and it also sticks in your mouth for forever. Yeah, the artificial sweetener. I think it's aspartame, but I might have the name wrong, so forgive me. Okay. So first, let's get this over here. Yeah, I actually know several people who have the cilantro thing. Including my sister. But yeah, I discovered I didn't like the taste of artificial sweetener years and years and years ago with diet soda. Yeah, sucralose is no better. Ugh. Okay, so I need... I don't think I'm allergic, I just think it's really, really gross. Bit of a difference. Damn it, it's already falling apart. But yes, Evo. Welcome to why you don't like Diet Coke. Okay, so I need to go down and left and down. That's pretty easy. So we need to go down and then left and then down. My brother-in-law swears by Coke Zero. I don't care for it. We'll see what the boss does, Dakota. Because you're right, this is almost entirely puzzle-focused. Alright, what's our final note sequence thing? I do not like Dr. Pepper now. I can't do caffeine in general, so pretty much the only kind of soda I'll drink is caffeine-free Coke. Unless I've got like a mixing machine where I can mix my own. Then I'll have all kinds of stuff. I didn't see a note thing. Bottom left. Okay. We can make that happen. No we can't. Well, alright. I think it saves our progress. If it doesn't, well, that's what save states are for. Caffeine just gives me a headache. That's all it is. It doesn't even generally wake me up. It just gives me a headache, straight up. Yeah, I discovered something weird about root beer pretty recently. The moment it loses its carbonation, its flavor gets substantially worse. And it tastes like I'm just drinking warm brown syrup. Coffee doesn't put me to sleep. Coffee gives me a headache. Oh, god dang it. Alright, hang on. Once again, in case you missed the snow melting thing earlier, we have enemies here to encourage you to melt the snow. So touch. Yeah, I'm actually not on the spectrum, so I don't have that particular issue. I have a loop. Sorry. Okay, so down, middle, up. Let's just take a picture of this. Oh, no, I don't have to take a picture. Right. That's what I thought, so. Okay. Boss time, maybe? Nope. I admit I like pineapple-flavored Fanta. And only pineapple-flavored. I tried every other type. Didn't care for them. I owe that one to Platty. God, it's been years at this point. Okay, this is on a timer. Alright, I can do that. I've never had vanilla Fanta. In fact, I'm not sure I've even seen vanilla Fanta. Strawberries and... One of the things I miss about having a proper soda fountain, you know, the kind you basically can't find anymore, is you can just mix and match whatever hell you want to and come up with whatever crazy ideas you prefer. I miss my watermelon Coke, you know what I mean? Or raspberry, that's another good combo there. Coke goes well with a lot of fruity flavors because it's so acidic to begin with. Okay, boss time? This is the escalation section. Grab a save. Get our shortcut. And boss time. Raz. Okay, it looks like I don't need both screens. We're just gonna go back to this. Although I have apparently screwed with the thing again. God damn it. There we go. Damn it, sorry. No! No! This is only our second boss, too. Okay, this is a bad time to have an ear itch. Ah, there we go. The boss is like, screw you! Make my own rules. Damn it. No, no, no. Damn it. Ugh. Could you not for 5 seconds? Please, thanks. God damn it, I have to do it in one bundle. Ah, get out of my way. Game? Game! Game! God damn it, game! There we go. I couldn't cancel the boomerang. You got the force gem. I mean, it does track, Rex, yeah. Okay. Could have been frozen stiff or burned to a crisp, but you avoided both. Star can be more helpful when you're risking your life out there. Snow Realm map started glowing. Yeah. Is the blizzard over? Can we go back? Let's get our heart, first of all. We're gonna need that. Holy crap. And yeah, once again, this music playing for the antechamber like this doesn't bother me. Because it's the antechamber. We're going to be here like 5 seconds, and we're done instantly, just like that. Okay, sorry, we're apparently still listening to music as we leave. Sorry, it's more like 10 seconds if we count 5 seconds of animation leaving the room. Which is skippable, by the way. Okay, so I have distinct memories of having trouble getting out of this snowy area because of those jackasses. So... start this way and we'll see what happens. Die, Olaf. pretty sure he's gonna go straight. Which means he's gonna run right into me. Which is okay. We can live with that. We can die instantly. I like instant death. Oh, he actually rotated. My bad. That guy, okay, he went up and he's turning. We need to hurry up, because if we hurry up, we might actually make this without issue. If we don't, we're gonna get trapped. That might be what I was thinking of, Rex. Because I really do have distinct memories of just getting stuck in this blizzardy, or formerly blizzardy area. We're also, okay, no, we're fine, we're fine. We're fine, we're fine. We got this. Yeah, no, that feels like a lucky pattern. I'll take it. No arguments. So you want to go visit Beetle? He can be like, thank you. I can't even do it. His voice is so high-pitched. What monster did they pull into the microphone booth to record his dialogue? Just for you, ISE. Oh, hang on. Wait. First, we gotta kill Olaf again. See, if I was a typical streamer, I'd be like, new subs get me to pull the train horn or something like that. But, you know, I'm not evil. Just in case. Let's just get a safety save here. Yeah, every donation gets a chew. I mean, can we name engines in Railway Empire, Mike Tomato? That'd be a good thing to do. Beetle! 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 Beetle, you asshole! Come here! I actually wanted to... Whatever. Frickin' snowman! Go away! Really? Beetle! You suck! Whatever. What is this? Something not on my charts. Okay, lots and lots of enemies, as should be around every person's house. Hello. Hey, was it you again? What's shaking, pal? You ever see the big stone arch that stands over the tracks? Makes you think, doesn't it? Who made it? For what? What a mystery. I hear the triangle-shaped thing at the top of each arch does something, too. But only if you hit it real hard. I don't know what that thing is. What could it be? What? Sorry for rambling. I just get so excited about rad stuff. So you steal my rupee, I'm gonna kill you. Got a letter from Mr. Beetle. Here's your letter. Dear Lore, please have sex with me immediately. I'll appreciate you. Yep, okay. Call the police. 911? Yeah, I need to report something. What are you doing here? Nothing. My workshops, there might be a few nails lying around. Watch out. Just stand there all. What do you want? So you're trying to restore the spirit tracks. That sounds like a lot of work. It's a big heart you got there, little guy. I guess being an engineer isn't all red carpets and caviar, is it? Sometimes you just gotta roll up your sleeves and put in some hard work. See, I'm a bridge worker, carpenter, craftsman. I know all about work. You need a bridge, I'm your guy. I'll travel to any place that needs a bridge. It's called being a professional. So I expect you to restore the spirit tracks like a pro, too. Okay, well, good to know. We have met the bridge guy. What? You were just here. How do you know what the letter's contents are, if it's still sealed? Sword training, skill swordsman, stop by the training room. Okay, so new sword skill get. Once we get back to town, of course. Looks like we're about a third of the way through the game. Not terrible for 2 sessions. It means about 3 days, which has been pretty par for the average. Or I guess 4 days, but you know what I mean. 6 sessions. That's assuming I don't run into any issues. Knock on wood. Oh yeah, we got mounted combat now. Booyaka. That's true, Blade to Wall. Yeah, I have distinct memories of the 6th visit to the Tower Realm, or the Tower Spirits. And I think it's the 2nd to last boss can be pretty rough, but we'll get there. Well done. I can feel the energy flowing back into the tower. It's true, Lure isn't one who gives up easily. Wish I could help, but in this form there isn't much I could do. It's enough you're by his side. That's all the help Lure needs. No, it'd be nice if she could help. Can I have a mage backing me up in my party, please? Like, heals, buffs, you know, if you don't want to be directly involved in combat. I'm just saying, buffer mages are really useful. Hell, the ocean realm is next. You must climb the tower of the ocean and retrieve the next realm map. Yeah, I need to find an awkward zombie comic now. Oh no, it totally is, Evo. Like, I always knew this was going to be a really long sequence. We're not even at the good stuff yet. Can you believe me? Can you believe that, by the way? We still have not reached the good Zeldas. Now, I know that sounds a little bit strange. Wow, that's really cheap, actually, I see. Compared to here, anyways. But no, I mean that with total sincerity. In fact, the only exception in the entire arc so far has been Minish Cap, and in my defense, if I had realized how good Minish Cap was, I would have pushed it towards the end of this. But I was expecting Minish to be one of the middling ones, the 80s range, right? Like Breath of the Wild, or Age of Seasons, or like these two. And yeah, this game is pretty solid, other than the control scheme, which of course will lead immediately into the next one, which is going to be very solid. Link's Awakening was a bump, but I always knew that was going to be a bump. Really dark in here. This is creepy. Might even have ghosts floating around. Wait, I'm a ghost. You're not scared of me, right? I am very scared of you. Don't say that. This is a temporary thing. I wasn't like this before. Just try your best to keep us out of the dark, okay? Well, I hope you like What's-Her-Face, Ross, because she's been a main character pretty much for, God, I don't know how long at this point. A minute. It's probably telling I don't even remember her freaking name. I'm not a fan, if it's not obvious. But that's how it's always been. Jeff just kind of writes what interests him, and that's what keeps him going. And right now, that's what's interesting him. I do like how we can see ourselves in the dark. That's a nice little convenience touch. Including our terrifying eyes. I imagine we would have had a lot of the same issues. No, Ross. The Goblin, I think, is actually the name they've been using to call her casually. I mean, so far, I've been pretty universally positive towards these sections. In fact, every tower sequence so far has gotten at least one positive. Do you notice the ghosts don't really chase us when we're in the dark? We can get rid of them temporarily. Only temporarily. Why would we call Link slave in Twilight Princess? Unless this is something you're saying about me, Dr. Winter. Dr. Winter, do we need to have a chat? So that was our tutorial section on how this mechanic works. Now we gotta actually implement. I was trying to visit Beetle Rex, and he was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna be a dick. I am as ever your dancing monkey. Ugh, come on, game. Come on. There we go. Yes, Yura. Okay, let's not even mess with that yet. Let's come back to that. Yeah, no kidding, Rex. Holy crap. don't know if you could say they have a torch so much as they have a flaming sword, Zelda. Jesus. Damn it. Come on, game. Work with me here. I mean, I guess I can't argue that, Blue Fusion Volt. It's just, I feel like the distinction is a little important for understanding the kind of crap that I'm dealing with here. Wait, what? Okay, we'll just chill a minute. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Nothing is wrong. Could you piss off? I'm trying to do a puzzle here. I actually saw that ISE. I'm not sure what to make of that, other than, you know, stark terror. Especially given the specific reasoning most of the stock analysts have given for why it raised so high. Yeah, the AI thing. I've never been quiet about the fact that I'm not a big fan of AI, so... yeah. Well, looks like there's nothing else down here anyways. The one we're missing has to be somewhere else. Yeah, the odds of me upgrading again this upcoming generation have just gone down quite a bit. No, I don't think we're at bubble bursting status yet, Evo. I think we're at still figuring out all of the depths of exactly what we could do with it first. Having said that, I have noticed a lot of legislation is already getting on board, locking down on AI as hard as possible, which, strangely, I'm actually in favor of. Not the perfect solution, but it is quite literally better than nothing. Holy crap, okay. I mean, I really hate to continue pointing this out, but we have already reached the point where AI has already been misused and abused in the legal system here in the United States, as well as in terms of misinformation with regards to voting, to try and control voting and, you know, interfere with the election process. Actually, quite a few ways, Trihexia, but the easiest one to point to is there are several attorneys who have been using AI-generated precedents, case files, to say, hey, we should do this, and here's my evidence for why we should do this. And this evidence is fake. It was generated by AI. It doesn't exist. We've also been seeing issues of this in the scientific community. There are entire papers that people are citing that do not exist. Now, thankfully, at least some people in the world have been doing that whole due diligence thing. And you know, contacting people like, hey, did you write this paper? And the answer is pretty much always, no. What are you on about? Yeah, I don't even want to get into the paper mills nonsense, because that's a whole flawed mentality, if I can be blunt. Yeah, no, it's speaking as someone who analyzes how people talk in text, and I've done that for years. I don't want to, like, toot my own horn. I just started doing that because I used to talk to a lot of friends online, right? So you get used to how people talk. Everyone has their own voice in terms of how they do their punctuation, how they do their word choice, how they do their sentence structure, right? It's pretty obvious if you really sit down and analyze it. So it's, you know, when I look at ChatGPT in particular, it's really, really obvious when it's something they've written, because they have a very particular leaning when it comes to certain words and their structure. Okay, so that's a pit. Cool. I'm no longer anywhere near the ability to... Like, I kind of give up. I don't know what the game actually wants from me here, other than just to blindly do this. This is... And now I'm stuck here. We're still shadowy. Like, if the... of course, we're still stuck here. Oh, I can't tell where the frick... Okay, there it is. So it's a little bit more down. No, that was... That should be it. That should be it. Where's the wall? Or the floor? Or the thing that you walk on? Oh, no. I don't know how to get back. Because I can only send the boomerang so far. So I can't get vision back. Okay, hold on. I have an idea. There's the ceiling. There's the top. Okay, so this is the platform I thought I was on. This one goes down and this one goes over. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, it's not... God, I hate the controls of this game so much. I'm just trying to move slowly, and he's like, you mean swing your sword, right? Again, only in video games. Alright, I want to move stealthily. No problem! Flonk! Sure, Rex. I don't know why I would do that, but I can absolutely get rid of some of the light I have. Interesting. Okay. Okay, gonna be real. Would not have occurred to me to blow out the only torch up there. Now we wait. I completely missed that, Rex. I didn't even See a stone tap. Okay, now! God, yeah, this is what I thought was going to happen earlier. Okay. Okay. Remember that. Go, Zelda. Claim his soul! Or, I mean... Where's it? Take two. I already kind of know this path because I kind of bullcrapped it earlier. Bomb jumped it earlier. I wonder if a task just like goes through here because they don't need the light, obviously, right? We found the down that I never found last time. You know what, Zelda, could you, like... I mean, the only real competition, honestly, is Wind Waker. And, frankly, I don't think Wind Waker Tetra is going to beat this Zelda. After all, Tetra has the problem of, you know, stopping being a character at a certain point in the game. Hey, ghost dude, I'm right here. And you're dead. No, you're dead. You're dead. Of course I am. I'm a ghost. That's not what I meant. Shut up. Nobody likes technically. I actually like Breath Zelda too. I'm curious if I will like Tears Zelda. I think I'm one of two people on the face of the planet who actually likes Breath Zelda. Zelda, could you... Thank you. Oh my god. Game. We'll see if her voice acting changes in Tears. I haven't actually heard any of Tears yet. I know Matt Mercer plays Ganondorf, but that's only because he himself is such a huge Zelda fan that he wouldn't stop talking about it. For like months, he was like, yeah, I can finally admit it. Yes, it's me. It's me. In terms of appearance, the best Zelda is Twilight Princess, no question. They even modeled Smash after her. That's a pit. But yes, I meant in terms of personality, Evo. In terms of actually being a freaking character. I mean, quite possibly, I see. Twilight Princess wasn't very innovative. But it was very iterative. The reason Twilight Princess sits so high for so many people can be boiled down to the fact that it's good Zelda done very well. Execution, you know? Does it have its flaws? Of course it freaking does. But... can I just ride on you? Yeah, Midna is also a full-fledged character, which is honestly kind of rare for the Zelda series. And of course, we all talk about Midna, but let's not forget about Colin as well. See, I would probably compare... I agree with your overall analogy, Ross, but if I was to use my own terminology, I would say that Twilight Princess is a really, really good slice of cheesecake. Nothing fancy about it, it's just cheesecake. But damn, is that a nice slice of cheesecake. It's got just a few little bits of salted caramel on it. Stop rolling, Link. Stop rolling, please. Swing your sword! God damn, dude! Him. Hi. I didn't know it was physically possible to not like cheesecake. Wow. Alright, that's it. Put ISC on the list. Ocarina Zelda? I mean, without spoiling, I think she gets a decent amount of screen time, but unfortunately she just does not get that much characterization. Not nearly as much as she could have. Like, I really wanted to know what life was like for her during the 7-year gap, you know? Really, Dakota? That's messed up. I don't know what to say about that. Sorry, I'm looking up the guide because I've run out of ideas. But I'm actually having trouble figuring out where I'm at in said guide. There we go. Oh, that's it? I already knew that. God damn it. Alright, whatever. Yeah. There's apparently a pit here. you guys. You don't have to keep spawning. It's okay. One is enough. You don't have to keep spawning them. Oh, and of course they respawn. As if they would do anything else. Redfish Man. I know, right, Rex? Like, this is a bit of a challenge, but in a good way, as opposed to a, God damn it, why am I still fighting you kind of a way. Stop rolling, Link. Thank you. Ooh, that was getting pretty scary. Good thing I was here to help defeat him, right? Right. Yes! I helped defeat a monster. Just leave it to me, Allure. God, we've been skipping so much optional stuff. We could have already had our 5th rabbit by now, for perspective. And, like, looks like 3 more hearts than we currently have. Jeez. We got the rail map. Who's ready to go into the ocean on a train? I know the one in the castle. We have to do the minigame in the castle. And yeah, I think the rabbit and the purchase one. So yeah, 3. You were absolutely correct. So, on to the ocean. Except we need a bridge. Which, well, we'll get there. Why are they still... I mean, I know why they're still making Hunger Games movies. Wait, no, stop. No. No. Get in the frickin' train. Also, we're going to go to the, our next train person, whose name is Carbon. Okay. So it looks like we immediately want to go this way. Oh, this is bad. Get off the train, and we're dead. Thus, we die.